Okie dokie. It's 4:04 a.m. I woke up at a few minutes to 4. Oh my gosh, the right side of my neck is so, like, not necessarily, no, it's not the neck, but it's like the muscle that it connects from your neck to where, like, your shoulder, top of your shoulder blade. So I'm like, I can't even, like, lift my arm. I don't know what I did. Yesterday was the left side, and then I woke up this morning, it's the right side, so I don't know. I'm being worked on in my sleep or something. Whatever. Oh, so excuse me if I, like, moan and groan a little bit. I'm like, it's that kind of pain to where it almost is kind of triggers you to throw up just a little bit. Oh gosh. It's hurt. It hurts. It's hard to even lift up my right arm. Why am I in pain? This is just silly. I even stopped using my pillows. I'm trying to do like the avocado guy, whatever. I just wanted to share a few license plates. So I was walking around yesterday because they were pretty significant. So I see a car that has, and I just happen to go down this way just for whatever reason. It's a street I've been down before, but I decided to cut down that way to where I was going. And the car in the driveway ended in 111. And then as I get a little bit further down around the corner and up to the intersection, a car pulls up, okay, because it's coming up to the light, so I could see it very clearly because it's in a stopped position. And another different car, 111, ended in 111, and I'm like, seriously? And I kept seeing 33, like license plates ending in 33, which it's just, all the people in charge of the prisons and making the license plates are probably all Freemasons and stuff anyway, so that's probably not very significant, but for whatever reason this day I kept seeing license plates ending in 33, lots of 33s lately, like crazy. And so I see the second 111, and then there's another car behind that one, so as I get going I see the back of that license plate, and it says, because I'm thinking, okay, well, what does 111 mean? I'm like, I know 111, I'm like, well, I think I do, God, but obviously with it in such close proximity time-wise and everything, I thought it was significant. I was like, okay, what are you trying to show me? And that literally the car right behind, right as I'm asking this question, so they get moving, because I can't see the back, because I'm just enough to where I can't see the license plate of I think it was a little truck right behind this car, but I could see the car. So as they get going again, I can see the one right behind it, right as I asked that question. And this was a customized license plate, and all that it said on it was wrong way. Spelled exactly like it's supposed to be spelled, WRONGWAY. Wrong way. So, with the 111, I was thinking, okay. And then there was another 111, so I'm thinking 33. And then I'm like, well, I know that they're facing the wrong way. Well, really what 33 is the double E's, and they encode it as double M and double W, like Matthew Modine, Matthew McConaughey, Wendy Williams, Mickey Mouse, Wally World. I don't know, there's, who knows, probably just, it's all encoded in all the Hollywood stuff, but that's boring. So, later, let's see, I'm trying to remember what it said now. There's the 111 twice, and then wrong way. Oh, yeah. Then, as I'm coming home, it's like this parking lot where like there's like a restaurant and a couple things, but it's like the last kind of, you know, little shopping center, I guess, before up the street a little bit where my house is. And so when I cross that part, there's, you know, a car sometimes pulling in or pulling out, going to the restaurant and what have you. So it was wheat last time, big white truck, and it just said SWHEAT and then a couple numbers or something, and I wish I would have remembered, but because they were probably significant, I don't know, or maybe I did look them up, but anyway, wheat, okay, and I think that's the second time I'd seen that truck, because I think I saw it last year, interestingly enough, at like the same time of year. So this truck that said York, all I saw was York, YORK. I didn't see if there was a letter before it and then like a couple numbers after, whatever. All I saw was York, because I had just watched for the first time a couple of what's his first, I don't want to say Malachi, or I'll just say Mr. Z York, because I can't recall the first name and I don't want to say it wrong, but I think it's Malachi Z York. But anyway, I just watched like 2 of his videos, part 1 and 2 of something, and that morning, so yesterday morning before I went on my walk, or maybe the night before, I can't remember, but I think it was that morning. And so I see a truck that says York on it, okay, and York, because I was, all these dreams that I thought was New York and everything, I was playing around with York. I'm like, yeah, or your aura, and or like in a boat, Vesca Pisces, Divine Mother, or orate, like the word comes out of the womb, right? So I was getting like orca, okay, and then I thought of like Oprah, because Oprah's really, her name is Orpa, but they misspelled it when I read up on her years ago. Anyway, because I wanted to see, because people said, oh, she has a degree in communications and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I'll see for myself. I don't know, I'm like 15, just like checking up on Oprah and seeing what her background was and stuff. Because everyone's just like, oh, Oprah, oh, God. Right, so anything that my foster mom or certain people were into that I thought were like really materialistic and all that, I just wanted to investigate the things that they did and were into. I don't know, like, I'm not from here. I don't know I don't know exactly what it all is, but I know I'm not from here, because I feel like I've been an alien my whole life. I just got some different DNA, and other people got some different DNA too, just like me. I'm not the only one. There's lots of us, but we're definitely a mixed bag of nuts, aren't we? But yeah, it's just, everything makes so much sense. So I was playing around just orally, phonetically, verbally with the with orca, and I got because I'm like, orca, the ka of the or, okay, like to orate, and what we call an or, like a paddle in the water, okay, it's a disturbance or a vibration in the womb that makes the sound of, okay, the movement and the sound with the or. So I'm just trying to figure that out and playing around with that, and oraka comes out of my mouth, because I'm like, orca, oh, it's the ka of the or, orca, or ah, like or of God, ah, okay, is God, ah, so the word is like or, really, to break it down fundamentally, because there's been lots of letters added, switched around to, okay, so it's just the O, really, if you want to break it down, you know, to the fundamentals, is just O. The O of Ah, so Oa. That's why, like Isho, the Ia, Oa, the I of God, the O of God, he sees, he speaks, God. And the Sh is just the, really like the serpent skin that houses you. Shh. You know, so with the Oraka, so oh, I have so many tabs open, I gotta go through these things, but basically, what I thought, of course they always, the T, hey, you know who they are, they're not the we, they're the hey, the T, hey, right, they, twist everything upside down, turn it around, you know, those little minions, the Dark Army, and so of course, Oraka, you look it up and it is, it's a Japanese word, of course, and I get a lot of Akata, Oraka, that kind of like Japanese, just something resonates with me with the language, and God has given me words in other languages that I don't even know, I gotta go look up, so of course it says, like, Oraka means a fool, or foolish, or speaking foolishly, or blah blah blah, of course, right? But when you break down the word Oraka, the oration, the energy that brought forth God, you know, like, so of course it doesn't mean a fool and a blah, but they distort the meaning so they can discredit and devalue and try to take the power out of words, and that's what they've done by switching them around, adding things, taking them out. Like 22 is like how many characters we're supposed to have, all the way back to the Phoenician. That's why God gave me Phoenician, because that's as far back as our current language goes, it's like basically stems from that, the Phoenician. And the Hebrew has 22 letters, it's taken from the Phoenician too. 22, 22, 22. Master builder. Why? Because those are the building blocks of life. The sounds, the oration, the oraka. God's energy put into a word. Or is the word. Ah is God. And ka is energy. Vibration. Okay? Like Merkaba. So I'll just leave that there for now. That's 13. Okay, that's long enough. I'll share some more stuff later, I hope. Close these tabs down. I think I'm like going over on my like internet stuff because I leave them open for so long. It's like, I'll get to it. I'm just gonna do one of those unlimited plans anyway, because my neighbor, we share it, and he does like medical stuff and streams movies and all this. So we're just gonna, we split it anyway, so we'll just go for the full bore, whatever. If they even have those packages, right? They probably don't even have a package where, oh, you can't just have unlimited. What I'm like, isn't there a price you could just pay and then just let it be? But the thing is, they want to be constantly like marketing to you, so we'll see. Those rabbit holes, you know. But so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll share some more interesting stuff later. I find it interesting. Let me bloop around on my tabs here and see. Bennu, I already talked about you. So there's Oraka. Okay, so oh, I looked it up as Oroka. O-R-O-K-A. Oro. Oh, that's right, because I was getting, Oro is gold, so that's where I got it from. I'm like, Oroka, the energy of gold, Oroka, and then orate. So it was Oroka. Oroka. Same thing though. Oroka or Oraka. Is that what I said? Oroka. Whatever. Alright. So, next tab. Let's see what we got here. Oh, and then Aram, when I got Erum, when I was saying to my son, one more time, you're going to go to your room, and Erum came out instead of your room. And I shared that before, and it's Hebrew for... Okay, so, and then if... It's Hebrew for the serpent and all that. Okay. The Nakash, okay? And then I'm playing around phonetically with that, and it sounds like Aaron, right? And then if on the periodic table chart of the elements, Arum is gold, and it's also like aura, right? So I'm like Arum, which is like the serpent thing. Sounds like Aaron. Sounds like Arum, which is gold, A-U. That's why it was so hard to remember that chart. Like, you're like, okay, it's iron, but why does it say F-E? Okay, it's, remember, this is like our first questions when we start studying this chart, right? It's like, okay, it's gold. Why is it AU? And then, okay, so this is what they've done to the language. So, to make it confusing on purpose. It's, the school and all these things are supposed to be oppressive. They're supposed to be, just all about physical reality. Okay, let's see. So you think of Aaron, Erum, and Orum, gold, the serpent, Aaron, the golden calf, okay? Worshipping a false idol made of gold. Okay, and then Shoshan and Shoshani, that's just, I was just looking up, I don't remember what, I'm doing some research on them because that's my, my father's mother, who also has okay, so she's Hebrew, but she's native, which now I know is the same thing. But she was adopted and stuff, and it's just like, there's like SS officers on my dad's side of the family, and he went to like the private Jesuit schools and Catholic schools and all that. Okay, so, you know, there's like, there's so much Freemasonry stuff in a lot of people's families. You have no idea. You probably might not. They're probably just normal, good people that you have no idea, you know, and most of them are, and most of them probably don't have any idea of what its true history and everything is. No, I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying, a lot of times things sound good and we want to glom onto it before we really research, because because it's our nature to be happy-go-lucky, because we remember a time way back in the beginning when everything was perfect. There was no pain or this or that. You could just run all over the place, and you wouldn't end up on a highway where there's giant freaking semi-trucks. Oh my God, with my son, it just, those of you who follow along, I'm not even going to get into it, but needless to say, we're homeschooling now because of that incident with the school, and I had to mention it to a couple women when I was out and about walking around doing some shopping and paying bills yesterday, because I just had to get that, purge that out into the universe, because I couldn't even function yesterday trying to speak and use my phone. I went into the bank and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I was like dropping my sunglasses. I couldn't even talk. I pulled my card out of the thing. I couldn't even function. I was sweaty and it was like 60 degrees. So I'm like coming off this, so I didn't have a panic attack. So I like divided up the nervousness and the anxiety. So, I've kind of been fasting a little bit since then, and anyway, don't want to get off topic here. But so Shoshone and Shoshone. So I'm going to go in when I delve into that. The 7 energy bodies or the aura body levels. I'm researching that, so I don't want to speak on it yet until I do some more. With the letter Ya or Wa, which looks like a capital Y, I'll go into how that connects with because of the Arabic and what they call Syriac, so Syria in Arabic, the way they form that letter Wa, and how that has to do with when God created himself with the word. But that goes along with the diagram. Something very interesting to research is GoBeKli Tepe. And I saw GoBe again in the back of a truck, and I think I've seen this before. So on my walk, just in an empty bed, and it was a low truck, so I looked right over because I saw GoBe, and they're like oven bags. They're for because they're non-permeable as far as odor and whatever. So they're good to keep your dirty laundry in and other things that you don't want stinking up your car and whatnot. Turkey bags, oven bags. But this one said GoBe green. So GoBe and green, and it's like, okay, there's GoBe again. And I saw that on a, so that was on a package. And I saw that on the side of a truck. I don't think it was GoBe, maybe it was GoBe green oven bags and delivery truck. But I just remember seeing the GoBe. I'm like, okay, GoBe again. I'm like, so GoBeKli Tepe. I can't even say it. GoBeKli Tepe. So GoBeKli, and then Tepe is Tepe. And just its association with the Tower of Babel. And let's see, maybe I'll put this link below. Tower of Babel is mentioned in the Hebrew Bible in Genesis 11. Okay, interesting. I might put this link below. It's got a lot of, yeah, this is a good one. So, I'll put this link below because it has, it's, you know, it's talking about the Phoenicians and stuff like that. So it's got some good stuff. This is a good article. This is the hollow grid, as in HOLO, like hologram. Holo means holy, holocentric. Okay, whole, balanced, centered, and complete. That's what holy means. Because we find our wholeness in God. So this is a good one. And this is just WordPress.com. So I'll put that below. The hologrid.wordpress.com. GoBeKli Tepe. Very interesting. They got a lot of cool videos on that too. So Gevra, the tree of life. I don't have to talk about him. That's okay, that I have to research a little bit more. I don't know how I got Arthur W. Pink from something, but I need to read through that more before I speak on that and see what that's all about. I can't remember how I threw trail of breadcrumbs and this link connects to that link, and I'm like, what are you trying to show me, God? Okay, so this is okay, Phoenician alphabet. I just wanted to mention how there was 22 letters, and 22 is the master builder number. Oh, this was very interesting because I kept getting Red Bull gives you... Okay, no, we're going to make this a little bit longer now. Red Bull gives you wings. And I was like... what? God, Red Bull gives you wings. Why is this stupid commercial in my head? And I don't even hear it unless it's on like a YouTube video, and I try to watch people that don't monetize or monetize like every 10 seconds there's a freaking commercial. Unless it's something like, okay, I have to watch this, then I'll suffer through it. But because I have ad block, I guess I could do that. I don't know. I don't want to take the time to figure it out, I guess. But so anyway, I kept getting this, and then when I went into the store, it's a good thing they didn't have it. I didn't need it, but I went to go see if they had any of the organic rock stars that I get every once in a while. Because I've been so tired, I'm like, yeah, I just have, you know, a couple just to have in the fridge. And they didn't have them because they're out of them a lot, and, you know, but they're not as popular. I don't know, whatever. They didn't. It's always the one I want they don't have. So, and of course, the Red Bull, because it's where the energy drinks are on the shelf. The Red Bull one was like right at my eye level, because the one I'm getting is at the top shelf, and so I'm like, okay, there's a big case of it, so it's big on its side, so Red Bull, I'm like, okay, the Red Bull thing, I'm like, Red Bull gives you wings, I know, God, what do you, like, okay, like, he knows I don't drink the Red Bull, and he wouldn't be suggesting you get Red Bull, I don't think so. And so I'm just like, what? I'm like, okay, I'm going to type it in, Red Bull gives you wings, whatever. And let's see how I... Actually, oh, that's right, because Nike, okay, so a sister had a video of a brother out here, and he had a shirt that had the number 72 on it, and I was like, I think there's 72 tarot cards, or no, there's 78... I'm like trying to figure out, I'm like, there's something about something on there that God wants me to, but I know the Nike swoosh, okay, they say it's the ring of Saturn, okay, but it also represents the goddess, Nike, that's what Nike is, Nike, it's a goddess. Of course, all this, right, stuff is all encoded and encrypted with symbology, so, and on one of my tarot cards it has the goddess Nike is the chariot card, okay, so it's the goddess of victory. And so I'm like, okay, the Nike, the Red Bull gives you wings, okay, so I'm like, I'm just going to type in this first, and whatever, the Red Bull thing, it'll come to me, I guess, whatever. So I type in goddess Nike association with Saturn. And I'm going down, and I look at a couple different ones. The second one, abridged esoteric occult significance of Nike, the wings, blah, blah, blah. That's Facebook. I don't know that. I'm just like, oh, okay, that sounds like it's probably going to give me what I'm looking for to see what this is all about. And it's a Facebook article, apparently. They're showing the bottom, and I'll put this link below. And it's talking about Michael Jordan's father, how he was... Okay, so supposedly he was at a funeral. And driving home from a funeral, okay, an elderly black man in a brand new nice car. Okay, it's Michael Jordan's dad, so nice car, right? Or brand new, whatever. Real nice car... You know, guy with money, dressed well. Okay, so he's going home from a funeral, and he pulls over in a bad neighborhood in a nice car, an elderly black man by himself in a nice car, and takes a nap after a funeral. It just, the whole thing sounded like, and he's like old school Chicago, like he knows the bad neighborhoods, and you don't, okay, so all that just sounded weird. And then this article saying how there was little blood found at the scene, and she goes on to speculate, I say she, but I don't, but I knew this was right on the money, okay, because God gave me both. And so I go here, and it's talking about Red Bulls give you, okay, Michael Jordan was 33 when his father was murdered, and Okay, of course, 33, you guys. And then the just weird way his dad was shot and killed with little blood at the scene. But if, you know, she was saying, or the author of this article was, you know, speculating, but it's like, it's kind of obvious, it's just common sense. If you're sitting in a car, you're most likely going to be, like, shot in the head, because that's what's exposed, right? If you're sitting and you're in a car, and if he was shot at point blank range in the head, but there was little blood, I mean, there would have been blood all over the place. And, so it was just very weird. I just was like, and who knows if he was even shot? You know what I mean? I'm just like, this Lost Boys vampire stuff just was popping in my head when I heard that. I'm just like, little blood found at the scene in the car, and just, I just saw that scene of, like, I think it's in the beginning of the movie, where it's just the perspective of the vampire or the bloodsucker, whatever, coming down, and there's like a couple in a car making out or whatever, a guy and a girl, and there's they have a rag top, like a convertible top, and it gets blown off, and they get sucked up or something, and whatever, attacked, and their blood sucked. I was seeing that scene over and over because the car and the blood, and I'm just like, And Michael Jordan was 33 when that happened, and it's odd, right? The circumstances. Now this was quite a while ago, because it's when Michael Jordan was 33, and he's, you know, quite a bit older than that now. But I knew this was significant because I got my confirmation on the time of when this article was written. 11:11 p.m. Okay. June 1st, 2014 at 11:11 p.m. It says right there, right under the title. First thing you read, big bold letters, and then right under is, okay, so I'll put this link below, and you can see for yourself. Yeah, lots of things are going to get blown open, all kinds of stuff. Philadelphia experiment, you can research that on your own, I'm not going to go into that. Oh, the Emerald Covenant. This is something that I'm, because when I first started my channel and awakening and all this stuff, God was giving me emerald, and I saw emerald blah blah, I was trying to see my aura, all the, okay, and then I'm looking up, he was giving me all this number, 24, keeps giving me 24, 24 elders, 24 strand, so it relates to 24 strand DNA, the CDT plates, which I'm just speculating, but a brother out here, okay, so he saw the Star poster for it's an animated movie that's out right now, or coming out. And he thinks it looks like an eye that's being born in, you know, where the baby Jesus would be on the hay, okay? And I speculate to say that it's this, one of these CDT plates, okay? It's the Cloister Dora Torah text. This is what everything came from. Every ancient writing, the emerald tablets, the Bible, everything, the Essenes, the ancient scrolls of this, the Dead Sea Scrolls, everything all the way back to the CDT plates. And now all the stories that go along with them. Okay, I was led when I was asking God questions and all the way, because I want to know all the way back to the beginning how he even came into formation, right? So he gives me answers. So he little line upon line, precept upon precept, it builds, it blossoms, it opens up and unfolds. And so I arrived, okay, with the emerald, with the 24 I kept getting, with Emerald Order Oraphim. This is children of the Emerald Sun Matrix, the 24-strand DNA, their founder races, or seed races, if you will. They're the original Hebrews, not ancient. I'm saying original, orate, spoke things into existence. The seed, the egg, okay, just the whole sacred geometry. RF, or not RFG chose one. Pharaoh Allah, is that the name of his channel? Anyway, he goes into that. There's books on it and stuff too. My dad's sending me a bunch of his old books and stuff. So, because I like tangible stuff when I delve deep into something. It's hard to get with websites and everything, get everything you want. Cohesive, comprehensive, all facets all together. You know, on the internet, it's all spread out, and a lot of things is just regurgitated from another website, the same exact thing. So books are very valuable when you want to learn, really sink your teeth into a subject. So I'm looking forward to my dad sending me those, or at least, you know, the sacred geometry ones, because books are heavy, so they, you know, it can get expensive. My email, don't need to share that. Okay, so there's a room. I already talked about that. Warship. Okay. I gotta find in my King James Version where I found that to do not worship any god. Because warship, okay? Warship. Just think about it. Because when you worship, you're seeing God as something outside of yourself, and you're giving praise to something outside of yourself. You're doing an act, a bowing, a this, a that, kneeling, bowing. It's still, it's idolatry. Okay, we need to know that God is inside us and just connect with God. It's not this thing of separation of, this is the thing that divides. When you see God as something outside of yourself that you have to praise and worship. God is perfect and whole and complete. What is, oh yes, bow down before me. God, no, that's Lucifer. That's like that. So when you're praising and worshiping and doing all that stuff, God's like, what, I mean, do you feel good doing that? Okay, then do that. But I don't think God's like, aha, yes, look at my children worshiping me. He wants you to go have fun with your life and enjoy your life. And the more you adhere to the 10 Commandments, the more joy and bliss you will have in your life. That's why we have these rules, because God knows if you're engaging in wickedness and fornication and all these things, you're going to have torment. You're going to have, your life will be hell. Now, that doesn't mean just because you abide by his laws that you're not going to have pain and suffering and sorrows. You will. I mean, this is the school of life down here. So I'm going to try to find that verse because I think it's important. Empowerment, self-empowerment, and realizing that God is not this thing far away. God is not this thing outside of you. It's God is right here, right now. You are embodying all that God is right here, right now. And it's, you know, religion and all this stuff that, oh yeah, get down on you, praise, worship, oh Lord, oh I love you, oh I praise you, Jesus, oh God, I love you, I praise you, I get down on my knees for you. That is what they want you to do for Lucifer. Okay? They're training you, they're grooming you to worship the beast by sit, stand, kneel, sing, pray, sit, kneel, pray, sing, stand, sit, kneel, pray, stand. Oh, who's the comedian who did, I'm taking from them, but it's just like, isn't that exactly, that's exactly what it's all about, conformity. Religion, the hospital, everything. Get out of the hospitals, people, the schools, the churches, get out. Get out. Before you drown. Oh. Okay, hold on here. This is, what am I watching? The Planet Around the Earth. Shocking November 14th. Oh, that just reminded me of when... So I'm looking up... Because I'm watching something, and then it's not about Zachariah Sitchin or anything, but they mention him. He's not in the title of the video or anything like that. But they mentioned something about him, or maybe it was an article I was reading, and they said that okay, when he published his book in 79, or 76, I'm sorry, and I'm like, oh, that's the year I was born, and I kept seeing 76, okay, because God primes you for what he's about to show you, so he'll keep showing you the same number over and over, because it's going to connect with something, but he wants to get your attention first before he unfolds, okay, the next line, precept upon, okay, so I'm like, okay, 76, because that kept coming up, and I'm like, so it was just kind of in the back of my head, right? So when I heard that, I'm like, or read that, whatever it was, instantly I thought, well, when I had that dream of Nibiru, which I know now, but I didn't my whole life. It was very significant in that dream when I was 3. It stuck with me my whole life. And so I thought, okay, well, if he published his book in 76, and God was showing me that that's significant, and I was born the year he published that, then I wonder if maybe in 79, I think I was 3, about 3 when I had the dream, because it was when I lived in this new house and we moved there when I remember 3 to 9, I think, is when I lived there. So, and it was right when we had moved in. It was before I started preschool and everything. So it was right around that age. So I was like, well, I was 3 when I had the dream. And so if he published it in 76 when I was born, and I had the dream in 79 when I was, okay, so when I was 3, it must have been 79. And then I go, and my, things are clicking in my head. And I thought, well, maybe, if he's talking about it in 76, in 79 when I had the dream, maybe that's when they saw it for the first time or something like that. So I researched it, and indeed, that's what it said. And so I thought, okay, so when I was 3 and I had the dream, I was just tuned into, because that's usually kind of how my dreams are, just tuned into the current energies. It's not a really forecasting, I mean, it's like right here, right now. But way back then, it was significant for what's happening now, but it was actually significant for what was actually happening back then too. But when I was a kid, I didn't know anything. My parents didn't talk, I mean, they were hippie, they didn't talk about Nibiru, and I didn't know anything about that stuff. So, but the dream, it was just a quick shot. Basically, it was like a black-red kind of a planet that was glowing, and then the sky was kind of the same color behind it, but not glowing, if you know what I mean. It was like more darker red, blacker, hazy, and then the Nibiru was like red, but like a black red, like lava would look like, kind of little variation. It wasn't like a solid red ball or anything. It was kind of variation black reddish, but more glowing. And then this background was more, it was black red too, but okay, dark. You could tell that this was like something giving off its own light, it seemed. Like the sun looks when there's a fire. It kind of looks like the sky kind of looked like that. And it was just me and my mom on this raft. It was just like a wood raft, like a plain square raft, like logs bound together. And it was just me and her. I was facing her, and behind her was Nibiru and stuff. So she was looking at me, I'm looking at her. I see all this, the Nibiru, the sky behind her. And we're just on this raft. I think we're just in dark. I don't see what I'm wearing, but I just remember everything was dark. I think she just had black on. The raft looked black. Everything looked black. The water, it was just barely like cool to the touch to know that there was water there, but it just felt like the same temperature as your body, but you could just tell the feeling of water on your skin. And I remember the eyes too. So I've had that dream about, just whenever it means different things sometimes depending on the context, but now that I know about the eye and the void and what, so God was showing me that with my mom. Okay, with the raft and the water. And raft, probably, there's something in the wording phonetically and something there probably too. But it was like the womb, okay? Everything black, the water, we were on the raft together. There was no words or anything like that. It's like all black. My mom kind of has like strawberry blonde, like reddish blondish hair. So she had that same hair in the dream, but her eyes were like a void black, like where the colored part is. She has really dark brown eyes, but so is my younger sister, so dark that you can it's almost scary because it's hard to even see the pupil because she has those Spanish eyes, so they're very, very dark, almost black. So that's what my mom's eyes looked like. It didn't scare me, but I was just like, interesting, okay. Like, you're not my mom. I know you're my mom, but you're not my mom. You know what I mean? It was just like, that was the message I got. Eyes are very important in dreams, so it all depends on context, of course. But I've seen that black eye thing. Not the whole eye being black, just the part where the color is. Because that represents the void, the womb. Really, like, if your pupil's completely dilated, you won't really see much of the color. You'll just see the void. The womb will be wide open. So, what was the other? Oh, and the other thing that was significant, because my mother's name, Candace, is related to Egyptian. Okay, and her last name is Scottish. It has to, okay, so it's so connected with the Egyptian, and she's got like the red hair, the fair skin where she can't tan. She I believe she's, I want to say AB negative. She could be A negative. Or possibly AB negative. So, and then Scottish and Scota. Okay, so the Scottish, the Mason has the connection with the Egyptian, and okay, ancient stuff. And the Kandakes, the Candaces, in Greek they're called the Candaces, but that was taken from the Egyptian. The Egyptian, they're called the Kandakes. So just so encoded in names, right? I was pretty fascinated when I figured out like my mom's name, my dad's name, my brother's a triple Taurus, all these things that are just names and numbers alone. You're like, God, I'm tired. Okay, so moving on from that. Oh, young Pharaoh. What did I say earlier? Or maybe that's what it's called now. Anyway, I was just watching his... Oh, he was just talking, his most recent ones, about some of the flower life stuff. Kate Roca, I already talked about that. Click off on you, brother. Pedro, I already talked about you. Shoshon. I'll get back to you at another time. Okay, that one I'll put the link below. Oh, and I restored all the windows. It doubled it up. Why did it do that? Okay. Okay, so that link for the Michael Jordan Facebook article, 11:11 p.m. I'll share that. I'm doing more research on the Emerald Covenant, but I mean, these are Real things, documents signed by our government, treaties with extraterrestrials. Okay, so the Emerald Covenant, emerald, of course, right? The green esteem of the Most High God. And, alright, I think we got them all. So, I will post a link below. The Red Bull Gives You Wings Facebook article about Michael Jordan, and it's got 11:11 p.m. on there. I'll post a link below. The GoBeKli Tepe article. So we'll do those 2 links below, so you can just confirm for yourself that I'm not just making up stuff. And if you want to read it, and there's just good, interesting information. It just happened to start off with an article about that with Michael Jordan, but it goes all into the Phoenician and all the stuff I looked up in the first place. But it's so interesting how it lined up with the Red Bull Gives You Wings. So God wanted me to know a couple things there. Okay. Alright. So, I love you guys, and till next time, peace and, oh, that was a little long. Okay, 51:51. I love you guys. Peace, blessings.